OMT Online Dynasty, welcome back everybody. Our week 3 game of the week coming to you from beautiful Door County, Wisconsin, where I'm actually at by the time you guys are watching this. Nice little summer vacation before college football 27 comes out. But for this week, we have got 4 total user games coming at you right across all the different conferences that we've got going on here. So if you've never seen any of these before, this is a 32 user online dynasty. We got 4 custom conferences with 8 teams in each, a relegation system in place. You can move up, you can move down depending on how you do each season, and just a fun way to kind of keep the conferences competitively balanced and get some new matchups in there every season. If you're interested in potentially joining, it is all done through the Discord. Link for that is down in the description below. Hop in there, make a post, tag me, DM me, somehow let me know that you want on that wait list. I will get you on there. We do have a fairly long wait list, but as long as you got a little bit of patience, you will get a spot in the dynasty eventually, and it's all going to carry over into college football 27 when we start that one up here in about a month or so. We'll have a new draft, we'll have new teams. Going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to how the rebuilds are going to go in college football 27. But anyway, back to week 3, back to the focus of today, where our main event, we are heading down to Birmingham, Alabama, with Cosmic Selector and his UAB Blazers taking on Taxi Cab and his Rice Owls. Now Rice, we saw a little bit of their game last week, kind of laid the hammer on Georgia State a little bit, may have found some momentum. We know in season 5 they were kind of flipping through different playbooks, wasn't sure what their offensive identity was going to be, but they sure looked good last week. In UAB coming into this one 2-0 with a win against Memphis and Southern Miss, 2-0 against other users already here to start season 6. We got a really fun one coming at you. Then we got 3 other user games coming your way here as well. But before we get into all of that, let's go take a look at the depth charts of these 2 teams that these guys have put together. We will start with Taxi Cab and his Rice Owls, and my lord, does he have that rice cooker going. The Owls up to a 2.5-star program, a 94 overall team, a 96 offense, a 91 defense. Now again, I'm very curious to see how it's going to go in 27. We are going to put a manual progression penalty on. I didn't do any this year. I kind of wanted to see what would happen. I'm thinking like 20%, 25%, nothing too crazy. Remember, we are starting with pretty bad teams. And this is the result. We get Rice up to a 94 overall team, led by 79 overall quarterback Cheech and Chong. 80 speed, but coming in as a true freshman with 80 speed, 96 throw power, and good enough accuracies. That's an unbelievable find. Another one of those that kind of stings a little bit. It's like, why couldn't we find this guy before our last season? Elite dev, true freshman quarterback, an absolute stud. Rice has stumbled upon here to lead this quarterback room and lead the Rice Owls at halfback. Justin Bieber, 93 overall, 95 speed, 97 excel with platinum downhill. My word, this guy is a problem. Redshirt Jr., another elite dev. And we have George Rawls behind him here as well with a platinum sidestep. You got Carol Baskin, shifty and sidestep. Quite the parliament the Owls have here in the wide receiver room, or in the halfback room. I was distracted because I pulled up the wide receivers. At wide receiver, Jamal Abram, gold double dip, 6'3", 90 speed. Kamalu Harris, 6'2", 91 speed, 1,000 abilities. Sean Guy, 1,000 platinum abilities. Downhill press pro, sure hands, 50-50, 92 speed. My goodness, this Rice offense looks unbelievable. And I don't think we've even gotten to the best guy yet here. This might be the star of the show for Rice this season. Tight end Everett Bandy, 6'4", platinum 50-50, platinum downhill, silver sure hands, 90 speed. Keep your eyes on this man, not only in this game, but throughout this entire season. What an absolute freak at tight end that Rice has found. I mean, that offense is insane. It's crazy how Rice was able, I don't know if it was a lot of transfer portal guys. I mean, obviously the quarterback was a true freshman, but other than that, I don't really remember. I remember Sean Guy being on Rice last year, but I think they kind of cleaned up in the transfer portal here a little bit. Let's take a quick look at their offensive line. Ton of abilities on our, I mean, we're going to have abilities all over the place. To have a 96 overall offense, you're going to have a pretty dang solid offensive line. And Rice certainly does. Let's see their defense. Byron Petty, just a platinum recoup on one edge, but then a platinum quick jump and a takedown on the other on Tommy Beckner. Defensive tackles, Chad Linthicum, Sounds like you're saying the old Giants pitcher name, but with a lisp. It's not Tim Lincecum, it's Chad Linthicum. With pocket disruptor, workhorse, and hammer at defensive tackle 1, defensive tackle 2, Juan Carmen with a pocket disruptor and workhorse. See anybody else hiding down here? No. Linebacker wise, 90 overall, 88 speed, Anthony Balaj. Workhorse, blow up, and wrap up. Mike linebacker, Levi Cornell, only 81 speed, house call and bouncer. That was kind of nice. Still be kind of surprised if he's going to be on the field too much for Rice, but we will see. Another kind of slow will linebacker here with Abdul Proctor, no abilities on him. Cornerback room, Patrick Mears, 6'1", gold robber and blanket coverage 92 speed. Alfonso Mayer, 6 foot tall, blanket coverage and house call both platinum. Then we've got a free safety down here at corner 3, much like Old Dominion does because our cornerback room stinks. 78 overall, coverage specialist, house call and robber Nate Calcaterra. Rashad Vaughn, house call and bouncer. House call. Rice tried to make sure of one thing here. We're catching picks. If it's hitting us in the hands, these guys better be catching them because we got house call on everybody except our cornerback 1. I'll bet free safety Kerry Woodhead, house call, 6'1", 87 speed. Strong safety. Oh, I was really hoping to see one more. Oh, there we go. How about this guy? Thad what? Mrozowski. Thad. Platinum ball hawk, platinum robber, gold house call, 90 speed on this strong safety. He has got to be out on the field here somewhere. Let's look at his like slot corners and sub linebackers. There's no way Thad is just sitting on the side here. So he's the backup sub linebacker. So in any 2 linebacker sets, nickel, things like that, he will be lurking over the middle of the field. At slot corner, it is Nate Calcaterra. So Rice has really put quite the squad together here. Let's take a look at Cosmic Selector and UAB, who's also done a very good job putting this team together to be a half-star program, but 84 overall. That's pretty good work Cosmic Selector has been doing here with these Blazers. At quarterback, DJ Khaled. Now, there is another quarterback hiding we are going to see UAB use, especially when it goes to some 5-wide design quarterback runs at number 12. We'll talk about it. I'm sure it's going to happen here at some point in this game. But DJ Khaled, 81 overall, 81 speed, good acceleration, good agility, good change of direction. So still a good running threat at quarterback for UAB. And if you've never seen UAB, they like to pound that rock. Very old school, under center, single back, some I4, multiple tight ends, pulling guards, and run the ball. With halfbacks like this, it certainly makes sense. DeMarco Page, 50 downhill, 6'1", 93 speed on an elusive bruiser is absolutely nasty. We got Robbie Koch behind him with a silver shifty, 5'10", 93 speed. So 2 really good halfbacks here for UAB. And I believe we do see Sammy Woods a little bit just with how much we run the ball and not having workhorse or anything on these guys. They do get a little bit gassed. At wide receiver, we're gonna have Cam Ansa, 6'5", 86 speed. Definitely prioritizing more of the big boys here. 6'1", David Lacombo. At least we got 92 speed, somebody who can burn the defense at least a little bit. Got to keep the defense honest a little. Then we got Jermaine Beckner there, another 6'5", Maurice, and some big, we have 3 6'5" wide receivers here in the UAB wide receiver room. Nasty. Now at tight end, we are going to have gritty possession, Daryl Evanson. It's really more about these guys being good blockers for the most part. We're going to see the pure blocker here on Deion Maddox, and still having a vertical threat we can put in there when it is time to pass, a 6'6". So we got 3 receivers that are 6'5", and we have a tight end that's 6'6", another tight end that's 6'6", and one that's 6'4". We got some big boys on this UAB offense. Now, offensive line, we're seeing outside shield, inside shield on our left tackle, and what he does, which I think we're actually going to see on our other guard here, we got an inside shield on our left guard, pocket shield, PA shield, wear down on our center, is that platinum quick step. We saw in previous years he actually had some tackles that he was moving over at guard to make sure he has that quick step, because he does so many runs with a pulling guard that quick step actually helps a ton on those kind of things. Then we got a strong grip and a workhorse on our right tackle. Defensively, platinum inside disruptor, outside disruptor on Deshaun Gammon on our left edge. Right edge, nothing on Anton Benshaw. Defensive tackles, workhorse, a gold grip breaker. That's really nice to get. I've tried so hard to get grip breakers and it is so difficult. They have to be so freaking strong. I really tried my best because I think grip breaker is one of the best abilities you can have on a defensive tackle. We'll see if that guy is going to make any impacts here. George Amati, At Sam linebacker, 91 overall, 82 speed wrap up and blow up. Mike linebacker, all fairly slow, not expecting too many of these guys to be seeing the field here. Same with Will linebacker, so we might see that. Sam would be surprised to see any other linebackers on the field. At corner, Joshua DeJean lay out another platinum house call, and Ballhawk 6'3". And again, we see a safety moved over to corner, much like Old Dominion, much like we saw Rice do. I'm curious to see if he has similar problems to what Old Dominion has with such a low awareness, if he just plays like a freaking idiot, like our safety does when we play him at corner. Keep an eye on Bradley Moss. That's something I'm going to want to pay attention to throughout this game, number 21 of UAB. Then we got a 5'10", 90 speed Kasim Rowland. Anything else down here? Just a gold layout. Up at free safety, Keontae Kronk, another platinum house call, 5'10" for UAB. And at strong safety D, Rosa Boom, platinum house call, platinum robber, 86 speed, 6'1". Let's check his sub linebackers really quick. Like I said, I would guess we'd see the one, we see the Will linebacker, Amadi, and then Eddie McLeod coming down, 6'2", with platinum robber to be our other sub linebacker, about what we expected. So that is how these two teams are set up. Let's take it down to the field, take it down to Birmingham for this early season big matchup. Like, both teams coming in hot to start the season, both teams coming into this one undefeated. It is going to be Rice starting with the ball here. And much like our other games of the week here for our last season, because we're doing the advances quicker, we're really trying to get through this season by the end of the month. This is going to be a little bit more truncated, just some more highlights and things like that, instead of us just going through and watching the entire game. So let's get to it. Rice, number 13, Cheech Chong in the backfield there with Justin Bieber. Right away, going to take that run up the middle, and you see that platinum downhill lighting up immediately, and you're seeing the speed. Baby. I don't remember that song super well, but first or second play of the game, I think that was the first play, we missed the kick return, but then Justin Bieber taking that one to the house. Is it too late to say sorry? That one I remember, to the UAB defense. Now here come the Blazers going for one of those power runs to the right. And I don't know what that fullback was doing, but it's like he was getting paid off by Rice on that one. I'm not entirely sure. He almost kind of lucky that wasn't a fumble with where that fullback was doing. I'm not sure what the plan was there. So a loss of 3 for UAB. See if we're going to stick with that power run game here. No, 2nd and 13, backed up a little bit, going to some 2 tight end sets. See, you can be dropping back to passes. Khaled just looking to run though, going right up the gut, picking up 7 yards at least there. It's at a gain of 6, but it went from 2nd and 13 to 3rd and 6. So if my math is correct, that is about a gain of 7. So even on 3rd and 6 now though, we are back to that under center, fullback, 2 tight end set, going to try power run, and you see that platinum quick step lighting up on that right guard as he goes and helps seals the edge for DeMarco Page. Nobody on that Rice defense going to be able to catch up to that man. Touchdown. A good answer back there from UAB. Even when we get backed up a little bit, even when it's a 3rd and 6, stick with that game plan and rock the baby. Rock the baby right to sleep. Now Rice going to be back on the attack here on UAB's side of the field. Ball at the 48-yard line, and we go for the fake snap and actually get an offside. I couldn't believe it when I saw that. I don't know if I've ever seen that work in my life, but we do the fake snap. The defensive tackle jumps. We take a free 5 yards. Unbelievable. It blew my mind when I saw that actually happen. So now we got a 1st and 5 for Rice with 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. This Rice offense, I really think they have found something here this season. Going with that 2-man stunt up the middle, and it's going right back to Justin Bieber. And what a cut back out to the left. Follows his blockers all the way to the promised land. In for another touchdown. 3 carries, 122 yards, and 2 scores for the babyface assassin here early in this one. So UAB answers back with a field goal, but now Rice facing a 4th and 3. Going forward here, kind of in no man's land, and we got that drag wide open to number 84. We saw him make some crazy moves for Rice last week in that game against Georgia State. The guy is a massive problem for defenses. Everett Bandy. Remember that name, number 84 on Rice. So we're going to be going back to our run game here. Bieber getting a little tired, so it is going to be George Rawls taking that run for a nice gain of 7. Rice looking to potentially get a little 2-score lead going here before halftime. 2 minutes and 17 seconds left. Going to some trips X nasty. Anytime I see this formation, I think about that delayed slant from the outside receiver. So yeah, I like where we were usering there. Usually that right-hand side linebacker to really try to watch that delayed slant because that route is just so freaking good. But it's actually not going to be. We are dropping back to pass, kind of have the drag. Go for the angle route. Go for the Texas route. Threads the needle. Cheech and Chong delivers an absolute missile back to Justin Bieber, his 3rd touchdown of the day. The UAB was able to get 3 on the board here before halftime. Now we're going for it on this 4th and 2 and get absolutely stuffed to start the second half. That was that backup quarterback, Luka Stepanovic, comes in for that 5 wide design quarterback run, but Rice all over him. Saw that one coming, 21-13, keeping that 8-point lead, and says we can go a little bit under center too. We got an unbelievable halfback of our own. Go ahead and take that for the first down. 5 carries, 140 yards, almost at his previous game for yardage, but in 14 less carries. This Justin Bieber having an absolute field day against this Blazer defense here so far. So Cheech and Chong lining up in the backfield, directing traffic a little bit. Another little Texas 2-man, but then right up the seam, a beautiful find to Everett Bandy. Quick strike, effective offense from Rice, as we have seen all season long. So now UAB facing a 4th and 4, and look at this catch. How in the world was this one a catch? Number 25 of number 25 of Rice. Not sure where. I actually rewinded this because I wanted to see this again. Sure looks like we're right there. Sure looks like we're making a play on that ball, but it goes right. I mean, what can you say? I think that was Cam Ansa, the 6'5" receiver for UAB, just got in front of him, just got big on him. First down for UAB, keeping the dream alive. That could have been game if we didn't pick that one up. Down by 15, Rice would have had the ball in scoring position here in the 3rd quarter, but UAB get some second life. You have to take advantage of this situation. Now we're seeing some pistol here from UAB, which is something a little bit newer. And look at number 27, Robbie Koch, the revolutionaries of these white running backs that have been taking over the OMT Dynasty on full display in this one. Now Robbie Koch, not the starting halfback for UAB, but that was a heck of a run. Maybe he should be. And we've seen Justin Bieber on Rice just go absolutely insane on this one. And now back to the regularly. That tripped me up. Scheduled program is DeMarco Page is going to take that run right up the gut and house call for UAB. Get that lucky break on 4th down. Take advantage of it. Bring it back to a 1-score game. Now let's see what Rice's offense can cook up here. Going back to the run, this time to George Rawls. Going right back up the middle. Need broken tackles. Both these teams are absolutely just ripping through the defense like they're not even there. So a minute 40 left. Rice trying to run out the rest of this clock. We still have all 3 timeouts though for UAB. Let's see how we're going to use those. We're going to try to send a little slot corner blitz to maybe come and help out with that run. Goes back to Bieber up the middle. You need 2 or 3 guys to bring him down. UAB had 2 or 3 guys there. We take our first timeout now. A 3rd and 2. What do you go to here for Rice? I feel like you just got to give it back to Bieber here when we only need 2 yards. With the downhill, with the game he's been having, I feel like you just trust your man here, but we will see what Mr. Chong is going to draw up. Point now to his left. We are going to be passing, and I mean, in a way, we're trusting Bieber. We took it down to the flat. Of course, he's going to break a tackle, but a problem here is he actually went out of bounds. So that stops the clock. Rice still had their 2 timeouts. We got a stop on 1st down, stop on 2nd down, a 3rd and 4. Game on the line for the UAB defense, and the quick out and Sean Guy, all of his platinum abilities lighten up there, converts that 1st down. And Rice is going to come away with a 31-23 victory as his quarterback goes 20 for 20. And didn't he go like 25 for 25 last week or something like that? I could have sworn that was Rice. So that might be 2 weeks in a row now. He might be 45 for 45 to start the season, but that rushing attack, again, of both of these teams. 15 rushes, 154 yards for the Rice Owls, 10.3 yards per rush. And even UAB, 34 rushes, 242 yards, 2 touchdowns, 7.1 yards per rush, 6 for 9 passing. A great game between both of these guys. Unbelievable start to the season for the Owls. And still UAB finding some good stuff here to hopefully carry them over into conference play a little bit. So a heck of a game between Taxi Cab and Cosmic Selector. And from there, we will move on to a matchup between a Mountain West team, Georgia State, heading to West Point to take on Conference USA, the Army Black Knights. Army coming into this one 1-0 with a win over Old Dominion. Already beat one team in the Mountain West. Georgia State coming into this one 1-1, lost that game to Rice, but beat Georgia Southern in week 1. So let's go throw it down to a rainy afternoon here in West Point, New York. Georgia State, of course, running a flexbone offense. Army had been in a lot of veer and shoot. I believe they changed it up for the season. What were they? They were in something else when we played, but beautiful find. And look at this hit. Unbelievable. That's one of the hardest hits I think I've ever seen in this game. Guy, I rewound it again because I had to see this hit. That man might never play football again. Luckily, you know, he's going to be an officer in the Army or something. He's definitely not going to be on the front lines. His brain's absolutely scrambled. So Georgia State looking to take advantage now with it 3-3. Going to be taken off with that quarterback. Something we're going to see Georgia State do a lot. Now, we don't have the Bellin Wall anymore. He had been the longtime starting quarterback of Georgia State, was very quick, very shifty. But this number 13 that the Panthers have found has picked up the mantle and done very well. So it's going to be a lot of play actions, a lot of just running with the quarterback, and a lot of options. Been using more and more of that pistol full house. I believe he's still in the Navy playbook. I'm pretty sure, as we see him coming out in some flexbone here, a 2nd and 12, just over 3 minutes left in the second half. When we're on the right hash, we do have to worry about a rocket toss. We're going to be dropping back and left all alone in that left flat. Number 30 of Georgia State going to take that one in for the touchdown and shoot the jumper. Oh, hey, I love that celebration. So now we see 10-6. Army got another field goal on the board. Going to be punting it back. And I don't know what's going on with the special teams this year. I feel like almost every game we're getting a huge play on special teams. This time number 31 on Army isn't quite able to get it all the way into the end zone, but takes it down to the 6. Going to be a first and goal for the Black Knights, going with a little shovel option, which I can never make that read, but salute to everybody who gives it a try. We try to pitch it up the middle, gets kind of stuffed there. 2nd and goal, though, gets a gain of 1. It looked like some F-twins over there. We're going to try to cut that up the field, maybe slipped on the wet turf here in West Point. Gets brought down at the 2-yard line. 3rd and goal, going to some 5 wide. We got nobody over there on our left wide receiver. But we are going to be dropping back. We're going to try to roll out. We got some guys open over the middle. We're going to try to throw that. Rolling all the way out to the right, trying to throw back across our body. An awful tough throw to ask from our quarterback there. That ball comes up short, incomplete. 4th and goal. Army not going to settle for another field goal here. We're down at the 2. We are going to be going for it. See if we're going to stick with this little RPO we're going to go with. And Army, remember, has that absolute bowling ball of a halfback, Morgan Tracy. I always want to call him Tracy Morgan. Shout out 30 Rock, but it's backwards. It's Morgan Tracy. He is going to take it up the middle. He is going to get kind of caught up there at the 1, but forces his way into the end zone. Touchdown Army, giving them the lead here. Now Army added another field goal on the board, so they are up 16-10. Georgia State dropping back to pass, has our crosser open and just sails on them a little bit by Mr. Ham, the quarterback of Georgia State. Army taken back over with that 6-point lead and taking quick advantage of it, as there goes Morgan Tracy right up the middle, and that guy just looks like a mean running back too. Not going to be able to bring him down from behind. He's going to take it all the way in for the Black Knights touchdown. Salute to you, good sir. Salute to the Army. So 23-10, Georgia State looking to fight back here a little bit, and there's Keon Haskins. We saw him last week against Rice with those back-to-back kick return touchdowns. Get that man in space and just get out of the way. He is going to take it from there. This time he's taking the jumper. Hey, touchdown Georgia State, getting some life back here, down by 6. Pressure on the defense here now. 3.5 minutes to go in this ball game. Army facing a 3rd and 4 at Georgia State's 18-yard line. Even a field goal here is going to make it a 2-score lead. So how aggressive do you really want to get? If you're the Black Knights, we're going to go with just the run, which when you have a running back like this, look at that man. Look at that man. Just totally bounces off the first tackle. The other defenders all just kind of freak out and don't know what to do. He's in for the touchdown to seal the win for the Black Knights, 33-17. A 2-0 start now for Army. Both wins against Mountain West teams with Old Dominion and Georgia State. And a very impressive start to the season for Timeless Raven and his Black Knights. We'll see if he can keep that momentum going into week 4. So next up, let's head to Fort Collins, Colorado for a high-paced, high-action showdown. We got the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors, Sassy Spence and his air raid offense, taking on spicy Colorado State, running a lot of the 5-wide. It's really been giving defenses a ton of trouble here throughout this season. Let's throw it here. Both teams coming into this one at 1-0. We can go ahead and just hop right into it. We got Colorado State opening drive of the game, minute and a half gone by, 4.5 left in the first, but facing a 4th and 10. Let's see what this Hawaii defense is going to be able to do. We're going to see a lot of Colorado State. Let's see. Let's actually back this up a little bit so we can see the play art, because this is going to be we're going to see Colorado State call this play a lot and then just hot route around. Now, why we're doing that is because this route our tight end is on, this shake route, that is not something we can just hot route onto a tight end. We have to call something with that route already on, and then we can kind of hot route around that. And with how good that route is, understandable offense. We're stemming up that shake route. See what else are we going to try to cook up here. Got to put a deep in over on the left. There's just so many hot routes, it's hard to keep track of it all. A streak, a stemmed up curl, and we're going back to that deep dig. A tight window throw there, but one made. Kareem the Dream Worthy thankfully came back to Colorado State. It wasn't a sure thing in between seasons here, but Kareem Worthy being back is a huge boon for this Colorado State offense. We did lose our quarterback, but as long as we got a stud wide receiver like that, we can work around it. And a beautiful find right over the middle to our tight end, Evan Jenkins. Gets Colorado State on the board first here. Now, defense got to stop. We're threatening once again, already up 7-0. Ball at the 23-yard line with a minute left here in the first, going a big stemmed up curl route with that streak over on the right side. Going to take one right underneath with those vertical routes, pushing everybody back, able to hit that underneath to number 87, picking up the first down, first and a goal. Miles Scobie, who I believe is also back from last season. That name is familiar. The first and goal down at the 6, going to be staying in that empty, much like if you watch Sieve on YouTube, he does a ton of the empty stuff. We're going to see a lot of similar stuff from Colorado State, even when we're down in this area, to stay in that 5 wide for the most part. Second and goal at the 1, I would be surprised. It would have been kind of funny if right after I said that we're not coming out in 5 wide, but no. Second and goal at the 1, staying in that 5 wide. Going to switch this to his designed quarterback run, see if those big boys up front can give enough space for our quarterback, and not quite. Gets met in the backfield by number 34 of Hawaii, setting up a 3rd and goal at the 1. First play of the second quarter for Colorado State, who of course now is not coming out in empty, coming out in bunch tight end. Oh yeah, because we're in the UCF playbook, so we go with that stretch alert. That play is so freaking good. Keep it to the running back, Mr. Ruffin. Gonna take that one in, and yep, up and down, touchdown Colorado State, up 14-0. Now first play after the kick return comes Hawaii, dropping back to pass, rolling, looking out to his right, number 87. Look at the wheels on this young man. The quick cut left, the quick cut right. Somehow Colorado State was able to bring him down, but old Max Cooper, will you remember that? Oh, it's actually number 82. The number confused me there for a second. Number 87 is the tight end. Will you remember Max Cooper from last year with Hawaii? The guy was an absolute stud. I'm wondering if they still have Hayden Elligan II, the gentleman himself. Interesting dive move there. That was a close. Picks up an extra yard, I guess. I don't know what the plan was there, but now we got a 2nd and 8 inside the red zone for the Hawaii offense. Gonna be dropping back to pass. We have our deep flood there. If we want to take it, we throw it a little late, throw it a little behind him. Incomplete pass for the Rainbow Warriors. 3rd and 8 now. Let's see what Hawaii is gonna cook up, coming out in that gun early. Gosh. Just the names of why'd they have to make them so different. You see gun early, I have no idea what that means. We're going to take a seam shot right up the right side though and find our man for the big first down. What is that quarterback's name of Hawaii? Manny Maramarosa? Whoa. Okay. I have not seen Hayden Elligan II though. I'd be sad if the gentleman is no longer with Hawaii. He might have been a senior last year. Who could possibly say? You drop him back to pass again. We have him right on the back line of the end zone. Almost a little post-sit route there to number 82. Once again, Max Cooper finding space, hitting the Cam Ward. Touchdown, Hawaii back to a 7-point game. Colorado State, though, back on the attack. And again, looking to push this ball downfield. Got that shake route, got all sorts of things cooking. Have the underneaths if we want to take it. We're going to have that big comeback we put over on X. Oh, we didn't put a comeback. I thought we had a really deep comeback on X, but we must switch that back to a streak. Instead, we're going to roll out left, and an unbelievable throw by the Colorado State quarterback and an unbelievable effort from Isaiah Ward. I mean, he broke through 3 tackles there of Hawaii to pick up some extra yardage for his team, putting Colorado State down to the 26-yard line. 4 minutes left in the second quarter, staying in that empty set. Probably looking up the seam. We saw the single high safety try to burn him deep against what we presume is cover 3, but again, hitting that playmaker up. That's one of the nicest things about those drags. You can playmaker him up the field. Absolutely destroys so many different coverages, any zone really. So now Hawaii with a 4th and 7, almost feel like the game's on the line here. Only a minute and a half left in the first half, but if we turn this over at the 50-yard line against an offense like Colorado State, things are going to be quite difficult, but we find our deep crosser, Mama Mia. That's what I'm going to call the Hawaii quarterback. Finds Randall Smith wide open down the field there, keeping the game alive for Hawaii. Now coming out in a 2-by-2 set, halfback over on the left side. That's Prince. We remember him from our last game of the week, and he cannot catch the slip screen, and almost, I mean, an unlucky break in the sense he didn't catch it. Kind of a lucky break that it wasn't intercepted, because that was awful. Gosh dang close. So 2nd and 10, we're going to fake one down to Prince, looking downfield, find our drag again, Max Cooper. He is putting in the work here. 5 catches for 90 yards and the lone touchdown for Hawaii so far. 1st and goal now at the 8. And we are chewing clock. We do not want Colorado State to get this ball back here at the end of the half. If we can score here, last possession, take it to half, 21-14, we will take that. That's a solid first half. Give it to Prince up the gut, gets brought down, a 2nd and goal. Ball at the 2-yard line. Timeout taken here. So 16 seconds left. We're staying in that 2-by-2 set. Prince in the backfield with Mama Mia, and he's going to try to take it his gosh dang self, but spicy user defender flying into the backfield. Oh, that's actually not Mama Mia. That is Cooper, who Spence commented on our last one. He did move him to quarterback, thinking he could be the starter this season. It turns out his ratings were just horrible, and we do have that rule in the offseason. Once you change somebody's position, you can't change them back just because it breaks their skill caps. Change their archetype, hits the RPO for the touchdown there, by the way. So he's just, you kind of have to live with the decision you make there. So Colorado State was able to get 3 on the board there before half somehow. So they could take that 10-point lead into halftime. That's why we were working that clock, because even in those 15 seconds, they were able to take it down. And look at this play by the Colorado State defense. Unbelievable. They hold up the running back, and then the help comes and just rips it right out of his hands. Ball never even touches the ground. They just go and take it from Prince. What an unbelievable play by the Rams defense. No offense, Spicy, but I think we can agree. Not a defense we expect to see a ton of great plays made from. Steps up huge in that situation. So again, we're coming out in that shakes. We're going to attack that seam over on the right just from the looks of the defense. That right side looks like a weakness here for Hawaii. So we're going to drop back to pass. We have that seam streak right in between the thirds. Number 1, going to take it all the way in. Unbelievable swing in that game. Kind of an unlucky break for Hawaii to get that strip fumble. Animation you just never really see, and Colorado State takes quick advantage and puts the game away. Ends up winning it 38-28. Hawaii got a few scores there in the 4th quarter, but an unbelievably efficient game from Spicy and Colorado State. Only threw the ball 26 times, but for 424 yards, 16.3 yards per pass. That last pass we saw is certainly going to help those stats, but a good game to Spence, a good game to Spicy. Big win for Colorado State, who has found themselves ranked in the top 25 here in week 3. And remember, Colorado State also was a team that got robbed from the playoffs. Them and James Madison both have good gripes against the College Football Playoff Committee if they wanted to. So we got one more game we are going to go to here. A little bit of a friendship bowl. My dryer just went off. Sorry if you heard that. The grand finale of our little love triangle, friendship triangle, we'll call it that, between Louisiana, Texas State, and USF. Louisiana got wins against Texas State and USF. Now it's those two doing battle down in Tampa to find out the pecking order between these 3. And USF are going to be starting with the ball here. A couple minutes gone by. Ball at the Texas State 29-yard line. Going to be going with that run up the middle. Now USF also has some good alternate uniforms. I like these blackout ones. Texas State, I've on the record, love Texas State's uniforms. I'm gonna take a new, again, unbelievable hit. We are seeing some unbelievable hits throughout these games. But I really like the Texas State helmets. They've got some good uniforms, but we're definitely going to be taking a different team, somebody that nobody's used in College Football 26 when College Football 27 rolls around. I'm just all a nice find over to the left there by number 17. I'm not talking about the game at all. We hit a quick out there for the touchdown. USF jumps up 7-0. Texas State answered back with a field goal, but we jump ahead to the second quarter, facing a 4th and 2. Going with a little stem down corner out, little bench here, some quick outs, a really short C route over on square there, and we'll hit that quick out over to the left. But yeah, College Football 27, we're going to do our draft again. My main concern is going to be about, and number one is going to keep that for a nice run, just about how the stadium looks and how the jerseys look. Pipelines, roster, don't care. Not for me. I'm not going to pay attention to that. Look good, feel good, play good. That's going to be our motto in College Football 27. Where's that going to end up taking us? Who knows? So Texas State has been using the Rice offense this year, which I love. I love watching people use the Rice offense. It is very unique, but boy, oh boy, another huge hit. This time that Texas State running back, like with battering ram, with a ton of great abilities, gets absolutely leveled, drops the ball. Number 17 on USF is there to pick it up, a scoop and score for the Bulls. Now we do try to challenge this. We will see. It looked pretty close, but that was a pretty dang clean hit laid on him. The call stands on the field. That is a touchdown for USF, a 14-3 lead. Another huge swing here thanks to a forced fumble, much like we saw Colorado State get. So now we're going to go back to the run number 33, and he fumbles again. This time it's picked up by Texas State. I don't know what's going on with this number 33 of the Bobcats, but he just is struggling to hold on to the ball. We see he's got that cold icon going now, so we are going to be rolling out to our right with our quarterback. We're going to give it back to number 33, and you'll never believe it, the man fumbles again. Another fumble from number 33. What are we supposed to do? It's not even going to let us challenge this one, but the scoop and score by USF, then back-to-back fumbles there by number 33. Just tough breaks there for Crayon Eater and Texas State. Now we're going to be dropping back to pass and a little bit of a blitz. 4th and 2 with 4 minutes and 50 seconds left here in the third. Going to go back to a run play. A weird tackle animation there, but a good little Superman dive. Texas State's defense been very stingy, running that 3-3-5, which I really think is one of the better defenses in the game. As long as you got the guys to play it. Now we're in a 4-down set here as I start talking about 3-3-5 because that's just the way things go. USF gonna again, just what what was that animation? Very weird game. Just very weird things going on in this one between these two teams. So we're gonna try a little man here. Gonna send a blitz off the left, and just a perfect play call there from TCAV and USF. Get that motion wheel route. The linebacker doesn't follow him, leaves the wheel wide open. Now number 25 gonna try to run. USF really, work some clock here, try to put this one away. Gonna go for a rollout pass on our next one, try to playmaker the guy up, nowhere really to go. We'll take a quick one underneath. Another kind of weird tackle animation, try to get a hit stick, try to get our own fumble back here. If we're Texas State, we've already fumbled at least 3 times. It's possible I missed 1 or 2. I don't watch these whole games, I just kind of skip around a little bit and find some interesting points. So now we're going to go a little bit cover 2 shaded underneath. We got that crosser open and a little bit late, but the safety not able to get down there in time. The light show starts here in Tampa Bay as USF gets the win against Texas State, 21-10. Good win there for TCAV and his Bulls. We'll see in our week 4 game of the week if Texas State is able to get things back on track here in season 6. So that is it for our user highlights here for week 3. Let's go look at a conference by conference breakdown of everything else that happened throughout OMT Dynasty here in this week, starting with the Mountain West. Now in real life we're in week 5 as me recording this, so I'm still going to block the record so we don't spoil anything else that might happen coming up. But James Madison gets the win against Buffalo 31-3. Toledo again on the road at Ohio State gets that win 48-25, really just tearing through the CPU at this point. We saw Army get that big win against Georgia State. Louisiana takes down Marshall 58-0. Now we did see Vancy running a little bit of the flex mode. Looks like he's kind of got out of that a little bit and is using some more of a UAB style under center power run offense. Seems to be working all right for him. 58-0 win against the Thundering Herd there. Old Dominion, we got our win against ECU 52-38. Tulsa goes on the road and just absolutely blasts Oklahoma State 84-3 in the Turnpike Classic. Utah State kind of took care of business here against Fresno. There's a lot of turnovers, a lot of turnover on downs, and just once things get out of hand against a team like Utah State, they can get out of hand pretty dang fast. So the Aggies get that win 91-14 up to Conference USA. Oregon State wins the Civil War. They call it just a rivalry game. I don't think they even call it that in real life anymore, but it's a Civil War. They beat Oregon 51-32. Rice takes down UAB. We saw that. Southern Miss gets a road win in Starkville against the Cowbells against the Bulldogs of Mississippi State. Saw that one. North Texas falls to Missouri 35-21 in a sim game there. Kind of the danger. Well, we'll really see the danger of not playing your CPU games here coming in week 4. Going to the American Conference. Saw JMU and Buffalo. Saw that one. San Diego State on the road in Iowa 80-17, laying it on those poor Hawkeyes. Bowling Green gets the win against FCS 70-0, and Georgia Southern goes to the Bluegrass State and takes down Kentucky 77-20. Our last conference here going to be the Sun Belt. FIU wins their nice little rivalry trophy against FAU 77-10. Our Appalachian State, I mean, they've really been hammering the poor CPU here so far. They scored 100 against FCS last week. I don't know if he's just trying to get the Heisman or what he's trying to do, but 108-3, sure. UTSA gets the win against the FCS 48-3. UNLV 91-31 against Iowa State. A lot of points on the board here throughout the Dynasty. Temple heads into College Station. That's a tough place to play and gets the win 31-28, and we saw that one. So that's everything that happened in week 3 throughout the OMT Dynasty. And remember, I am going to be on vacation, so Old Dominion, we've got bye weeks, we've got CPU games, so we're not going to be seeing Old Dominion for about a week from when you guys are seeing this, maybe a little bit more. We'll have our week 4 game of the week coming up here in a couple days. The week 5 game of the week, I'm not sure because I'm not going to have time to do that one before I leave. So that'll be coming up at some point. We will have to wait and see. Same thing week 6, week 7, all that good stuff. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this one. I will see you guys next time. Until then, take it easy.